Well, hello, everybody. How are we doing on this wonderful Thursday? Let's see. I've got Alex swung by early to tell everyone, or to remind everyone to switch their chat into live chat, which we always appreciate, Alex, for their wonderful reminders. Unfortunately, Alex cannot hang around tonight, but wishes us all some happy writing. Oh, and also added the little reminder at the end there to stay hydrated. So thank you so much for that, Alex. Hi, Ian. Welcome in. Hi, Jade. Hi, Irene. Hi, Radiantly Mars. Hello, everyone. Hi, Jen. All right. Are we feeling ready to crush it tonight? Ready to get some work done? I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I'm more in a like cruise control type mode tonight where I just want to be like steady, you know? I don't know if I'm like in diehard mode, but I think that's okay. Hi, Bree. Welcome in. Hi, Savannah. So good to see everybody. Mateo said, can't stick around, but hope everyone has some good productive sprints. Hopefully I can catch another live stream soon. No worries, Mateo. Thank you for stopping by. Vic, hi, Vic. Welcome in. Ooh, journaling. Nice. Yeah, no worries. I mean, I feel like journaling still counts, you know, as writing. Yeah, speaking to where I'm at, I did work on my book a little bit last night. And it's so funny. I ended up adding a few of those new ideas that I had on the last stream to my chapter 12, but then I ended up pulling some of it back because after sleeping on it Tuesday night and then coming back to it last night, I was like, you know what? I actually really do kind of like the majority of what I have in this chapter. I think it just needed some tweaking, and I think I was getting a bit overexcited and kind of overreacting. So I did make some small changes. That's the pink. So there are a few, changes, but overall it's actually going to stay the same. So tonight I'm going to red pen edit the rest of chapter 12. I don't know how much I'll really change about it because I think some of it's going to have to get rewritten because of these additions. But I'm going to at least give it the once over, and then I'll probably move on to chapter 13, which I hope chapter 13 isn't as much of a problem child as chapter 12 was. I kind of knew chapter 12 was going to be a bit tricky. So we shall see, but that's definitely where I'm at. Hi, Christina. Oh, so happy to have you here. Vic said, what a night. I just chose my master thesis topic and then noticed my boss canceled my 2 shifts this weekend at midnight. What? I feel like that's pretty crappy to cancel this late. Cancel your shifts this close to the weekend. That's a bummer, Vic. But that's exciting that you chose your master thesis topic. That's really cool. If you feel comfortable sharing the topic in the chat, you totally can, but no pressure. Beth said, had to get my kid to stop yapping up here. Oh my gosh. Well, we're happy to have you here, Beth. We're happy it worked out. I'm sure whatever they were talking to you about was very important. Christina said, ready to prepare for a very intense scene coming up in my whip. Ooh, that's exciting. I love the little hee-hee. Yes, very exciting. Also, on another note, Laura! Hi, Laura! Welcome in! It's been a minute. Good to see you. Vic said, canceled work means I can go to Bratislava City Days, which is great, but it also means no interactions with... Oh, no. And last weekend he started calling me my dear. Oh, no. Well, hopefully you'll get scheduled again soon. Oh my goodness. Yes, Laura's alive. I was going to tell you guys too, for those of you that were here on Tuesday's stream or during Tuesday's stream, Day came up with a really cool idea to basically each time we spin the wheel, like take away the sliver of time that we land on. And I tried it out earlier today to see if I could make it work. And I think I can make it work. I think I have a way of doing it like figured out. So I may, if there's a big if here, right? Because I'm currently still in the midst of like finals and everything. But if I can find the time to do it this weekend, I may have us do it next week. Right now in my notes and stuff, I'm just calling it like the vanishing wheel concept. But yeah, we may give that a shot next week because it'll just add a little extra pizzazz to the streams and kind of like give us like shake up our routine a little bit. You know what I mean? And also it will increase the odds drastically of hitting Wheel of Doom, which I know a lot of us are wanting to hit because we haven't hit it in a while. So I'm hoping to try that next week. So yeah, there's the update on that. Jen said, I'm just bogged down in developmental edits and rewrites as usual. I think I'm going to have a stroke. Don't have a stroke, Jen. Hang in there. We're all there with you. Yeah, hang in there. You've got this, Jen. Okay, Vic said, my thesis topic is international organizations and political discourse in Slovakia. Ooh. That's pretty cool. I know zero about that, Vic, but that sounds really cool. Very exciting. It says, Vic said, which is super close to my bachelor thesis, which was social media representation of NATO by Slovak politicians. Wow. This is really cool, Vic. That's awesome. I wish you a lot of luck. I mean, you don't need it. I'm sure you're going to knock it out of the park, but I definitely wish you luck. Laura said, my 1 year anniversary for starting this job is in 2 days. No sign of a raise or promotion or anything. Ugh, just continuing to have cut hours. Oh, that's the worst, Laura. I'm sorry. The job market is so brutal right now from what I hear. It's just, yeah, really, really rough. So I definitely wish you luck. Yeah. Christina, but you've got this, Laura. I mean, I have faith that you've got it for sure. Christina said, the hee is truly how I feel. Picture the little evil raccoon rubbing its hands together. Torturing future potential readers is my goal here. Oh my gosh. I feel like I need to work on that a little more. I have a lot of torturing actually, I've got a good bit of torturing. Also, I will say, I just saw Hannah pop in here. Hi, Hannah. Hannah says, hey, Evelyn, can't stay, but if you're still spring later, I will be there. Hope the project's going so well. Oh, thank you, Hannah. Yes, we will probably still be here. I'm probably going for about, 7 o'clock. I mean, I'm going for probably about 3 hours, I would think. We'll shoot for around 3 hours. So hopefully we'll see you back in here. But if not, no worries, Hannah. I know life is busy, but I so appreciate you popping in. And I wish you tons of luck on your project as well. Of course. Yeah, I hope you could join as well, Hannah. It's so good to see you. Vanishing Wheel sounds like fun. Thank you. Yeah, that was totally Day's idea. So I do want to give credit to her. But yeah, I think it'll work out. And it'll be fun. It'll raise the stakes a bit. Hi, Is! Welcome, welcome. I also don't know if I'll keep the name, like, the Vanishing Wheel. I'll have to think about it. But that's just what I've been calling it, like, in my head as I was troubleshooting it. Yeah, we're going to try. We're going to give it a shot. It's not going to be tonight. We'll try it next week, as long as I can find time this weekend to kind of change some stuff a little bit to accommodate it, you know, make it more of a theme. Yes, what is everyone working on? Is wants to know. Vic said, I'm scheduled for Tuesday, which I wanted to take off, and now I cannot. And then I'm going to Denmark next weekend, so no work, and thus no love interest sightings for 2 weeks. You know what? It's just going to make, like, absence makes the heart grow fonder, right? It's just going to give you guys time to, like, yearn for one another. I have faith it'll be a good thing, Vic. I feel like we can reframe this as a good thing. Yeah, that's what I hear as well, Laura. That was funny. Radiantly Bar says, might read. If I do, it'll be a Tokyo Ghoul manga. Ooh, very cool. Jen said, so are developmental edits. Yes, that tracks. Bree said, I got a lot of reading today. Gonna get into composting and lasagna gardening. Ooh. That's really cool, Bree. Everyone in here has such cool hobbies and interests. Starting scene of the romance arc to write tonight. Listen, I feel like you've got to use this yearning as motivation, Vic, and like channel it into your story. I could just feel that that's meant to be. Triple doom stream, yeah. That's okay. I know you guys are typing fast. I don't know if triple doom will happen, but I'm hoping we'll at least get one doom next week if it all goes according to plan. Triple doom may be outside of my capabilities. We'll see, though. We'll see. You never say never. You know, there may come a day where one day I'm like, I'm going to write the whole day and do super long sprints. We'll see. Beth said, I'll be transcribing chapter 2 of my Red Pen edits in Project Alabama. Exciting. Wow. Everyone's at such cool points in their stories, too. Irene said, I'll either continue outlining Departure of Blood more, finish the new chapter. Ooh, nice. Or continue writing it. Or work on Project Sunveil, my magical girl type story. Oh, love that. Vic said, well, the yearning's been going on since August last summer, and the last proper talk I had with it was in January. So there's been a lot of absences and tiny progress. Oh, you got this, Vic. We'll manifest it for you, right, guys? Christina said, I'm calling it. First one we get today is going to be Doom. You know what? Possibly could happen. On that note, why don't we pop on over and get to it, huh, everybody? Where did that just go? Hold up. Okay, Ed is back. It's probably because I was fiddling with it earlier. Okay, so go ahead and drop your guesses in the chat as to what increment of time the wheel will land on. If anybody hits the nail on the head, we will spam the chat with gold stars in their honor, and I will fetch them a nice little trophy over on the main screen. You guys are so funny. I just see like a whole line of dooms. But I will fetch you a nice little trophy over on the main screen, and then we'll get into it. And maybe on our first break, I do have my handy dandy trivia cards kind of tucked away up here within reach. So on our first break, maybe we'll do a little trivia. Oh no, Vic. Listen. Hold strong, have confidence. Again, you're elite. You can totally win him over. Okay, we've got our guesses in, and here we go. Man, that was so close to a 55. That's okay. We could start with a 30, right? And let's see. Oh, Irene actually got it, and so did Radiantly Mars. We had 2 winners. Very nicely done, guys. All right, let me pop us back over here. Very nicely done, Irene and Radiantly Mars. That's how you start off a stream. That's what I'm saying. The elite winner energy. We love to see it. And yes, this is a lovely little warm-up. That's a great way of looking at it. All right. That being said, I have 30 minutes on the clock. I wish everyone the best of luck, and I'll see you in 30. Here we go. we are back. I think I've officially decided that I really need to just make my edits to chapter 12 and then go back and revise it again. I may almost make the edits, print it off at home, like the new version of chapter 12, and just stick it in here amongst the pages and edit it that way, because I just think too much of it is going to change. Excuse me, sorry. It's going to change based on my notes that I have in here. Even if it's just like ever so slightly, that it seems redundant and kind of pointless to try and like mark it up. You know, I'd rather implement these changes and then go back and mark it up. So I think that's going to be my plan for chapter 12. So I think now I'm going to move on to chapter 13. And I have to tell you, I was sitting here going, oh, I hope chapter 13 is not a problem child. Well, I wrote my word counts down at the beginning of each chapter under the chapter title, because I just wanted to kind of know which ones needed to be split up. And chapter 13 is 14,406 words. So it too will need to be split up, which I anticipated that a lot of chapters would be, but I'm just hoping that doesn't translate to it's also a problem child chapter, you know? So we'll find out. But that's the mission I'm going to embark on next sprint. But let me check in with you all and see how you all are doing. Let me shut this for a minute. Also, I feel like I'm getting a lot of ideas for like small additions to even different parts of the story as I'm marking it up. And I'm like, do not keep adding stuff, because this book is going to end up being like 200,000. It's only at 107,000 now or whatever. But I feel like if I added in all this little stuff that I want to add in, the book would be like 150K by the time I'm done. And I don't know that I don't know if I have it in me to tackle that. So let me check in and see how you all are doing. So, I saw this from Vic earlier. You should make it a book, Vic. I think that'd be a vibe. Also, welcome in, Jervina. It said, I finished dishes and started getting a sweet treat ready for the next sprint. Ooh, a sweet treat. We love a good sweet treat. Let me also go ahead and put a little timer on for us. Just to keep us accountable. That was a pretty short sprint, so we'll just do 5 minutes. And let me give us a little compass up here because we earned it. Boom. Okay. Beth transcribed 719 words. Wow, Beth, that's great work. Especially in a 30-minute sprint. That's awesome. Vic got 60 words of something else and then got sidetracked shuffling tarot cards about my love life, and the cards are now trolling me. Oh my gosh. Yeah, tarot is something that, like, I have no problem with other people doing it. I just don't touch it because I genuinely believe in that stuff, and it like scares me a little bit. You know, I feel like it can really be, it can really be accurate. So it's a little trippy for me. But love that you're doing it. Christina said, finished eating, read over my outline to make sure I got the details right for what's next, and then got distracted by music. Success. Success. I love that. I need to actually play my playlist probably on the next, well, I don't know. I really need to break out my playlist though. I feel like it's been a minute. I mean, I did listen to it on Tuesday, but, yeah, I found a song, by the way, recently. Hopefully it won't play if I pull this up, but I feel like it definitely went on to my playlist really fast. It's called Left Hand Free by Alt J. I don't know if anyone's heard that, but I feel like it definitely gives kind of the vibes that I want to evoke in the middle of my story. Beth said, I have to check on dinner. Be back in a bit. No worries, Beth. No worries. Jervina said, came late, but ate dinner. Goal for tonight is to finish this chapter and head on to other parts. I need to write and add in. Awesome, Jervina. We love when someone comes in with a goal. Savannah said, time to lock in, but I got a few hundred closer to the end at the end of the sprint. Got to a sadder scene. However, I'm excited to get back into it. We love that spirit, Savannah. That's a great way to head into the next sprint. Irene says, ended up working on characters and world building for, I think this is Departure, maybe. Departure of Blood, which, LOL, not sure if I need more characters, but hey, I got more names for nations and started getting the religion set up. Oh, nice. That's great. Yeah, world building is so addictive. I love it. It is so addictive. I'm so happy for you, Irene. That sounds so fun. Jade got another 400 words, so is at 1,200 for the day. Jade, that's great work. Bree grabbed a blanket hoodie, and it's getting extra cozy and might pull some tarot tonight as well. Oh my gosh. Vic said, yeah, I got an answer I did not quite like. Asked again, and the cards told me to stop being restless and overthinking. There's no clarity. Forcing it will not bring progress. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like I said, the cards, I don't play with the cards because I think they're very accurate. It said, what is everyone's goal for the next sprint? Yeah, my goal is going to be to start start red pen editing chapter 13. I think that's what I need to do. If not, if I didn't do that, I would sit and probably start rewriting chapter 12. But I don't think I have that in me right now. Oh, good. I'm glad someone knows it, Jade. Because, yeah, I feel like it's not like I don't know if it's, well, I knew it upon hearing it more recently. I was like, oh, I recognize that song. But yeah, I'm glad someone knew it because it's, I feel like not like super mainstream right now. Radiantly Mars says, I journaled and hung out with my pup. Gotta head out soon. Thanks for having me here. Of course. Thanks for hanging out, Radiantly Mars. I'm so glad that you were able to hang for a bit and get some journaling in. I hope that was really relaxing. Okay, we have 1 minute. Do you guys want to do a quick trivia question? Javina said, ideally, I will get the last 783 words, realistically aiming for 250. Okay. Hey, you never know how long the next sprint will be. The ceiling, or the sky's the limit. Okay. People seem to be down for trivia, so we'll do what we can fit it in 30 seconds. Man, this is a little tricky, but I'll throw it at you. No, I feel like that's too tricky. We'll see. This is a good one. What was the profession of Florence Nightingale? What was the profession of Florence Nightingale? You have 5 seconds on the clock. All right, nicely done. So the correct answer was nurse. Ian, we'll give you a nod because you were close. But yes, she was a nurse. And Bree, I think you might have meant to say nurse and mistyped. But yes, very well done, guys. We can do one more real quick before we start the sprint. Okay, this is a good one. Get your fingers ready because this will be a speed response one. What country gave the Statue of Liberty? Let me restart and act like I could actually speak. What country gave the Statue of Liberty to the U.S. in honor of the centennial of U.S. independence? How did people know that before I even finished the question? I guess because I said what country gave the Statue of Liberty. Oh my goodness. You all, yeah, blew through that one. Like, we got it. No need to be. That was crazy. That was really trippy. But yes, France. Nicely done, friends. I know. I was but I didn't even finish the question. I just got to what country gave the Statue of Liberty, but that's true. I guess I didn't need to finish that one. That was so funny. Okay, well done, guys. Yeah, I think the last question we'll skip because it really needs like 3 answers, and I feel like that's kind of tricky to do over stream. So we'll skip that one, and then I'll pull another card, a fresh card for the next break, if we feel so inclined to play trivia again. Unless you're from not the US or France. That's true. I could see that. All right, let's pop over to the wheel. Everybody start dropping your guesses in the chat. If anybody hits the nail on the head, we'll spam the chat with gold stars in your honor, and I'll fetch you a nice little trophy. See, Vic, yeah, true. Vic got it. Vic got it fast, too. Damn, okay, we'll see what happens. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Here we go. Ooh, 45. I feel like we haven't had a 45 in a minute. You know what? Valid. Wouldn't blame them one bit. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, 45. Okay, did anybody guess 45? Christina out the gate. One of the first guesses. And Savannah. Nicely done, Christina and Savannah. Okay, y'all know what to do. Let's get to it. Very nicely done, Christina and Savannah. We love to see the excellence in the chat. Oh, Savannah said, first time I've ever gotten it. Oh, I'm so happy for you, Savannah. Yeah, hopefully that's just the first trophy of many to come. Also, I have to point out, I thought this was so sweet. Christina put stars in and said, to Savannah. That was really sweet. But yes, great work putting in all the stars, everybody. It's so sweet to see. To Christina. Oh, that was really sweet, guys. Okay. That being said, I have 45 minutes queued up on the clock. I wish everyone the best of luck. I'll see you on the other side of 45. Here we go. All right, everyone, we are back. I wanted to also welcome in Margot and Day, who joined during that sprint. It looks like Ron also joined us on that sprint. Welcome, Ron. I have started doing red pen edits on chapter 13. So far, I do not think chapter 13 is going to be nearly as bad as chapter 12. I'm fairly optimistic. We'll see what happens. I'm only a few pages in, but it's looking up, Also on this sprint, Walter felt the need to come over and, he literally sat with his head on my left hand the entire time. Poor guy. I really need to get him a buddy. I really need to get a second cat at some point, I swear, because he's just so sweet. And like when I'm at my desk, I really can't, I can't be with him 24/7, so I gotta figure something out there. But anyways, let's see. Beth transcribed 267 words and then finished cooking dinner and ate dinner. Nice, Beth. Jervina got 115 words. No idea what's right. Listen, I've been there. I was there last sprint, so I get it. But I feel like showing up, is the hardest part, and you're doing that. So Margot took a shower, had a snack. Margot's going to finish her annotation of draft 4 next sprint, if longer than 30. True. Hopefully it will be. Also, I don't know if I know Day said she was going to be drawing, so I don't know if Day will hear this, but I mentioned earlier at the top of the stream, but I tried out Day's idea from Tuesday's stream of removing increments of time after we land on them. And I think I'm going to try and implement that next week for like a special, it won't be our usual, stream format to do that, but I do like the idea of doing it as kind of like a special edition thing. And I was calling it the vanishing wheel, like in my head as I was working through it, where a time slot will vanish as soon as it's utilized. So I think I have figured out how to do it. And I'm not promising, but I'm hoping that this weekend I can kind of get the layout finished. I just want to like change the background and the vibe and stuff. And hopefully I can get all that changed this weekend. And then we can do it for next week's sprints on Tuesday and Thursday. We can have Vanishing Wheel streams, which will increasingly or will drastically increase our odds of hitting a Wheel of Doom next week also. So I think it's a really cool idea. So credit to Day for the idea. Yes. Yeah, I think it worked. So it'll be pretty cool. Hopefully. I think it'll be nice. So thank you very much, Day, for the suggestion. Yes, little baby Walter. He's such a cutie. Vic got 668 words. Oh my gosh. That's great. Finally got to said scene, and damn, the way these two are talking reminds me of the way I talk with love interest. Oops. Listen, like I said, I think genuine inspiration can be translated very well onto the page by a skilled writer. And it sounds like you're pulling it off. So we love to see it. Christina wrote 113 words to add in some more setting description. Nice. Very cool, Christina. Great work. Vic said, my big cat is sprawled across my pillow on my bed, and my small cat is occupying the sheepskin. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I really think eventually, I want to finish my book first and stuff, but I really think eventually I'm going to get him another, hopefully get him another cat, because he's just full of love and like wants to cuddle all the time. And I feel like if he had a buddy that he could cuddle with, it would help both of us, quite frankly. Oh my gosh. Vic said I should also go to bed. It's almost 3 a.m. Yes, Vic. We love the progress, but you definitely need your sleep too, friendo. But we're glad that you were able to hang out. Right back at you, Day. Okay. Do you guys want to do a quick trivia question before we go over to the wheel? Irene got some more world building done. All deviation to just add to the list of suspects. I feel that. I I had this whole thing on this last rent. I don't have, like straight crime in my book or anything, but I definitely had a moment where I was like, maybe I should have this other character and this whole other storyline. And yeah, I shut that down pretty quick. I did write it down because I'm going to put it in I'm going to put it in my brain dump just because I think it's good to hold on to those things, but to maybe use in another book or something. But yeah, let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Okay. All right. Y'all seem in favor of trivia. So here we go. We'll just do 2 questions and then we'll go to the wheel. Okay. Because I don't want to hold us up too much. I want to keep us rolling. But this is a good one. I actually rewatched this one recently. What musical and film centers on Austria and the family of Captain George von Trapp? Well, George. I don't think it said George. I don't know why I said it weird. But anyways, what musical and film centers on Austria and the family of Captain George von Trapp? Great job, guys. Sound of Music. Nice work. Y'all crushed that. Also, by the way, I totally missed, I'm sorry, Vic, that Vic submitted or shared a last line. So I want to read this real quick. His hand smacked across the papers, blocking her view completely. I'm worried about you, and it's easy to see why. Yes, because you can't mind your own business. Ugh. Okay, I see it, Vic. I see the vision. I get it. Thank you for sharing, Vic. That was great. Oh no, Christina, you're missing out. That's a good one, I will say. I'm not like a huge musicals person either, but that one's pretty good. And unfortunately quite relevant. So, yes, well done, Day. Yes, I love the sarcasm too. It's great. Okay, we'll do one more. What painter? Oh my gosh, Taylor's gonna wish she was here for this one. But anyways, what painter? Let me actually pronounce the word. What painter cut off his own ear? What painter cut off his own ear? And this is what happens. Ian, I saw that you answered before I finished the question. You guys gotta wait for me to finish the question. Draft 1 written 3 years ago. Wow. Well, you've been killing it for 3 years then, Vic. Yes, Van Gogh. Nicely done, guys. Really nicely done. All right, I'm going to save the other 2. Ooh, because the other 2 are both good ones too, actually. Wow. Anyways, I'm going to save the other 2 for after this sprint. All right, so if you're curious as to what they are, you've got to stick around and be productive. Sorry, it's just the way it goes. But let's go ahead and hop over to the wheel. Everybody take the next 5 seconds to drop your guesses in the chat. If anybody hits the nail on the head, we will spam the chat with gold stars in their honor, and I'll fetch them a nice little trophy over on the main screen. Oops, sorry. Good night, Vic. Thanks for hanging. Yeah, she likes Van Gogh too, I think. But yeah, and I think gosh, Monet. Monet is like one of her favorite, I think, but all right, if you haven't guessed yet, you have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Here we go. Okay, a 40. I'll take a 40. Okay, Ron, you were close. You get an honorable mention because you were close. But nobody quite got it. This is so funny. I am broke and out of money. Oh my gosh. Yeah. See, I feel like a 40 is kind of a good vibe. I feel like it's been a minute since we've had 40s. I feel like we typically get a lot of like 30s. And then we get like one higher one, like a 55 or something. So this is kind of nice to get the 40s. All right. So let me pop us back over here. Get this queued up. Oh, my bad. Hold up, hold up. I think I also owe us a compass up there. So let me pop that up real quick. There we go. All right. That being said, I have 40. I have 40 minutes queued up on the clock. I wish everyone the best of luck, and I'll see you on the other side of 40. Here we go. and just like that, we are back. Feel free to share in the chat how you did on that sprint. Vic, I do want to say I read your little life excerpts here, and I love them so much. I really like the part where you said, I'm a dragon, remember? What's a little smoke tweet? That's great. Very sweet. Let's see. Oh, Margot said only 4 more pages. So close. That's so exciting. I too am at a pretty good point. I'm not gonna lie. Which it's funny because I didn't realize until I just checked before the alarm went off. But I'm on page 293. So if I can do 7 more pages on this next sprint, I could break the 300 point, which would be mark, which would be pretty great. I still have a long ways to go in the book because it's 470 pages, but hitting 300 would be pretty sweet. So we're going to give that a shot, I think, on the next sprint. Now, fair warning, the next sprint probably will be the last. So we'll see what happens, but hopefully we can all meet our goals for the evening during the next one. Javina said, my brain is goo. Listen, I get it. You're in good company, Javina, for what it's worth. Bree said 2 more poems getting down back, or two more poems down, getting back into it. Nice. Oh, no, YouTube threw me out of live mode. I feel like YouTube's doing some weird stuff lately. You know, they just have these like little bits of time where, particularly with live streaming, I feel like they just, I don't know if they're troubleshooting or what they're doing, but they do some weird stuff. So sorry if you get kicked out of live mode and have to refresh and catch back up. I'm sorry about that. Christine said, I'm basically just cleaning up what I wrote last time, so did some deleting, but added about 31 more words. Nice. See, Ian's having it too. Yeah, I feel like it's a YouTube issue, to be honest, because I kind of noticed that on the last time I streamed. I think Sarita was saying she was getting like pushed out of live mode, so I think YouTube's just having one of its moods, but sorry that that's happening, guys. Oh my gosh, really? Yeah, and it's definitely a YouTube thing because I can tell I'm like golden on my end. And I've had this happen enough with YouTube where like, I know, unfortunately, I just have to wait it out, even though it sucks. Let's see. Let me give us another compass while we're hanging here for a minute. And then let me also do a timer. Let's do a 5-minute because we've been chatting for a second. And then we'll go to the next sprint. And we may not even use all 5 minutes of this break, to be honest, because it's already it's 9:37 my time. So I'm hoping, to get into the next sprint fairly soon, but I do want to take a little break, a little break. Also, yeah, I was shocked to still see you here, Vic. I was like, man, she's really working late. Light is off. Good night. If I come back, I failed. Oh my gosh. Yes. Good night, Vic. We'll see you in a bit. Oh God. Yeah, that YouTube is such a pain. Cause yeah, I have everything running perfectly on my end. I can tell I have like a little monitoring bar and oh, that's so irritating. I'm so sorry, guys. Yeah. Well, hopefully by next week, they'll have it sorted out. We'll see. Cause usually when YouTube does this, it just happens for like a short span of time. I think the one time I was having issues, big issues, it went for like a month, but it was different issues from this. It was issues with like them literally dropping my stream at 9 p.m. every single day. It was so irritating. Yeah, so YouTube's just a pain like that. If it continues into next week, I'll just revive my Twitch, my Twitch channel for a week or whatever until they sort this out. Because I know on Twitch it'll work fine. So if we have to, we'll switch over for a little bit. But hopefully they'll work it out. Yes, it did go so fast, didn't it, Jen? It's pretty crazy. Vic said, I had a nap between 6 and 8 p.m. after I came. Oh, okay. But still, yeah. Even with a nap, it's pretty late. Thanks, Christina. Yeah, YouTube just can be a pill sometimes. Okay. You guys want to do 2 trivia questions before we go over to the wheel? I know it might be kind of tricky because we're on, some people are hitting some buffering and lagging. So you guys let me know. But we could even just do 1 question. Okay. All right. You guys are into it. We'll do, how about we just do 1? Because if people are lagging, I don't want to totally gyp them out of trivia, but we can do 1. Oh, okay. Marco said 2. We're going to do 2. You know what? We're going to do 2. We're going to give the people what they want. All right. See, I'm such a pushover. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Why not? All right. Now this one, we'll see if anyone knows this. I definitely would not have known this. Okay. What is the capital of Australia? What is the capital of Australia? I have literally never even heard of this place. So if you want to take a shot in the dark, do not be, embarrassed if you get it wrong, because I 10,000% would not have known this. See, and this would have been my guess, would have been Sydney. Also, hi, JK. When did you sneak in here? Oh, gosh. But yeah, Sydney would have been my guess, but the correct, and Melbourne's a good guess. The correct, and Adelaide. So Brisbane, but yeah, the correct answer is Canberra. Canberra? I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but Margot got that one. Yeah, sorry, Jen. It sounds like it's a YouTube issue. I was telling everyone earlier, but I can tell on my end that my computer's running great, my stream's really healthy, and usually when this happens, we've had this happen before in the time I've been streaming, and usually it's just YouTube changing some settings or troubleshooting and this, that, and the other, and we usually just have to wait it out while they kind of figure it out. So hopefully they'll have it all fixed by next week. I'll try and keep an eye on my YouTube Studio app too, because last time they had put like a little note in there, and I didn't see it, but I'll try and keep an eye on it, because sometimes they put updates in there, just saying like what the technical difficulty is. I'm assuming this was yes to trivia, so thank you, Ron. Yeah, we'll definitely do we'll do 1 more question before we pop over to the wheel. Yeah, Margot, the more you know. Exactly. I need to come up with a little GIF for that, I feel like. Since we do trivia so much, I'm going to have to add that to my idea doc. Kind of how we have the GIFs for like the dance parties and stuff. I'm actually going to write that down. I don't know that I could use the actual thing, because I'm sure I'd get copyrighted, but let's see. There was another thing I was saying. Oh, there we go. All right. Are we ready for 1 more? Canberra. Oh, Ron knew it too. Yeah, I wouldn't have known. Thanks, Margot. I love doing it with you guys too. It's fun. Oui. Oh, JK's writing a scene with the MMC's cat. Cute. Ooh, Beth, you're killing it. 2,594 words. Jeez. And JK Lambo has 258. JK, I'm so sorry I missed you earlier. Usually I'm pretty good about catching people. I don't know how I missed you. And I have it set to live chat and everything. That's so weird. Sorry about that. Okay. One more and then we're going to the wheel because we're going to stay productive. Now this is a good one. So get your fingers ready. Be ready to type fast. Okay, because a lot of you are going to know this one. And it's going to be a popular one, I think. I have a feeling. Leonardo DiCaprio acted in the film Titanic in 1997. Who was his leading lady? I'll say this one again. Leonardo DiCaprio acted in the film Titanic in 1997. Who was his leading lady? Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Beth is killing it. But still counts. Ugh, I'm so sorry, Bree. This is definitely a YouTube issue. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really hoping they'll have it fixed by next week. If it doesn't appear to be fixed by next week, I'll try and maybe pop into some other streams to just kind of see if they're having similar issues. If it's not fixed by next week, like I said, I'll either switch to Twitch for that week because I know I won't have the same issues there, or we'll just keep the same format, but maybe we'll do a silent stream or something so people don't feel left out. Yes, well done, guys. Kate Winslet. I never saw V for Vendetta. No worries. I know what you meant, Jarina. You're good. I'm not sure. I haven't seen V for Vendetta ever, actually. I've definitely heard of it, but I've never seen it. Titanic. Yes. Oh, 60 words per minute is fire. Oh, Portman, Natalie Portman, yeah. I'll have to check that one out. I'll have to add that to my to-be-watched list. Oh, also, Miley's not in here, but I was going to say, I did try watching, what was that Dungeons and Dragons show? Critical Role. I tried watching it on YouTube, and I was like, okay, this is... I was kind of watching it as I was doing other stuff, and I was like, okay, clearly this is not something where I can, like, watch it while doing other things. I think you need to be like locked in, but I like it. I see the appeal very much. I just was like, okay, I need to almost watch this like you watch a movie, you know, and be more clocked in. Yeah. But I tried it. I do like it. I'm glad it's like on my radar now of stuff to kind of, you know, keep an eye on. So, all right. This is now done. This card, we finished it. So let's pop over to the wheel and everybody go ahead and take about 5 seconds to drop your guesses in the chat. I'm personally hoping for kind of a baby one this time around, but we'll see. You never know. But yeah, go ahead and drop those guesses in the chat and then we'll take the wheel for a spin. Yeah, I'm sorry, Ron. It sounds like it's having some sort of buffering issue. I'm just glad it's not totally dropping my stream because it did that to me before Christmas, like right around November. I think it was dropping a lot, and that was really frustrating. And it wasn't a me issue; it was a YouTube issue. So, yeah, I'm so sorry, guys, because I know you guys are the ones that suffer for that, for YouTube being a pain. But hopefully it'll get its act together. And like I said, if not, I'll switch to Twitch for like a week and then come back. But all right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Here we go. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That was really close. And if it had been an hour, like I would have survived. But I was like, oh, that's pushing it for me if it's an hour. So 25, I could definitely hang with. Oh, Bree got it. All right, y'all know what to do. Good job, Bree. Let me get you your trophy. Very nicely done. Good job, Bree. All right, let me see. Yep. Okay. Oh, it's your first time too? We had 2 people get it for the first time tonight. I think Savannah got it earlier for free. Oh, yeah, this is a good tip, Ron. So you can refresh your webpage and it will help, at least, hopefully. Oh, Margot. So wait, is this you just finished? You were marking up draft 4? I'm trying to look back to find it, but was this draft 4? Yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. It's being really weird, Jervina. I'm sorry. Okay, okay. Well, you know what that may call for, guys. However, Margot, how do you feel about if we hold your dance party and I do an IOU dance party when the internet isn't lagging? First pass revision for draft 5. Okay. So through my first pass revision. Okay. Are you okay if we hold it? I promise I'll remember. I'm actually going to take a little picture, not to be weird, but I'm going to take a picture of the chat and circle it to remind myself. But I'd like us all to be able to participate in the dance party for you. And I'm worried that if we do it now, there's going to be people that miss out. And I want you to have the full dance party celebration experience. So I will remember. Also, to everyone else in the chat, if I don't remember, remind me. Okay. But I'm making notes to remember. But yeah, I just want to make sure everybody can participate to the fullest and you get, to experience a full celebratory moment. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, YouTube's being crazy. I even looked earlier briefly at YouTube because I was going to pull up some ASMR stuff. And I thought even the screen looked slightly different, like the layout. So very interesting. Like I said, I'll keep an eye on my creator studio too. Yes, thank you guys. Yeah, I appreciate that you'll remind me. Also, Ron, I believe these stars are for Margot. Well, or maybe not. Maybe they're for Bree. I believe they're for Bree. So thank you for sharing. I love that you guys cheer each other on for all the little wins along the way. That being said, okay, for Bree, I got it. Okay, perfect. Okay, that being said, start the next Ooh, nice, Margot. Perfect. I feel like it's a good one for that because 25 minutes is a nice little, just warm up moment. That being said, I have 25 minutes on the clock. I wish everyone the best of luck and I will see you on the other side. Here we go. Oh, sorry. Leave it to me to hit that wrong button every time. Anyways, here we go. Okay, guys, congratulations. If you're hearing me, you made it through the final sprint. I made some pretty good progress. I'll share while you guys are sharing your progress in the chat. But, well, I made okay progress. Definitely chapter 13 is looking stronger. I hit a certain event where I'm now thinking, okay, I should change this one aspect. I think, again, it's this thing of like, once I feel like once I share this with beta readers, some of my second guessing will maybe cease. But because I haven't done that yet, I'm on my third read through now, I guess. And I'm kind of thinking like, oh, maybe I can make this better, you know, or make this more interesting. And so I kind of went on a little tangent for the last few minutes there, just thinking of a way to alter this one facet of this particular event. But otherwise, I made good progress. Chapter 13 is definitely not as bad as chapter 12 so far, at least. So that's good to see. But yeah, let's see how you guys did. Jervina said, I've been fighting the post-sun sleep so bad tonight. First sunny, warm weather since last year, so I overdosed. Got 28 words. Oh, that's awesome, Jervina. 28 words is great. That's great progress. Margot got the draft up in Scrivener. Nice. The peaceful jazz, you know it. Ian has gotten 1,862 words so far today. Oh my gosh. Good googly moogly. Christina got distracted. Yeah, call it a break sprint. It was break sprint. You know, it was a cute little 25er. There's no harm in that. Yeah, I think I am. It's hard when you kind of know that you're second guessing and you probably shouldn't be, but you can't help but second guess. So I have to go through some stuff and kind of get it out of my system, you know, like think about all these alternatives and then come back to what I originally had. But with this, I think it's kind of how in chapter 12, I took it to an extreme and then shaved off like 98% of what I was thinking of adding, but still added 2%. I think it'll be similar here, you know, where I'll take like, you know, 2% of an idea and implement it, and it probably will help. Bree started watching and then ADHD at its half finished. I don't know what it was going to be. Oh, no worries. That happens, Bree. That happens to the best of us. So, I mean, I don't have ADHD, but I have friends that do, and, you know, it happens. So, Ron watched a video about marketing and listened to a couple of songs. Nice, Ron. Beth read 2 chapters of her current read. Very nice. JK did not get any words, but is trying to brainstorm what should happen next in this scene. Same. So we're aligned on that, JK. Jen said, I had to look up the original version of a chapter, and OMG, my writing has grown so much since I started. Oh, I bet. I believe that, Jen. I believe it. That's awesome, guys. I'm so glad everyone's made such great progress tonight, despite the YouTube issues. Speaking of which, I don't have much housekeeping, but I did want to mention, especially because YouTube is being a bit of a butt, that Alyssa in the Books, I believe, is streaming tomorrow morning again. So I'm going to try to get up early to be a part of that, but just in case anyone doesn't have it on their radar and YouTube decides to be finicky, this is just your friendly reminder that yeah, Alyssa and the Books, I believe, is having a stream tomorrow morning around 7 a.m. my time. We are doing that on another stream, Christina, but thank you for the gentle nudge. We're going to do it on a stream when the buffering is not an issue, because I want Margot to get the full impact of, like, you know, when everyone is there for the dance party and everybody puts, like, you know, the emojis in for the person and stuff. So, yes, remind me at my next stream if you remember. And if you don't, like I said, I took a picture. I'm going to circle the note. I'm going to try to remember and make a note to myself. It's okay. Honestly, Christina, it's been buffering so much tonight. You probably missed it during a buffer or something. No worries at all. But yeah, remind me next week, because I do want to still do it. I just want her to be able to get, like, the full experience, you know? Of course, Jen. Of course, JK. Of course, Margot. Thank you guys for showing up and sticking it out, you know, even with the YouTube issues. But I appreciate you all. Be brave, be a light. Remember that you're so loved, and I'll see you guys around the internet. Bye, guys.